Hey guys, thanks so much for watching these videos with me once again. So I have some more astral travel videos for us to watch today, and I didn't watch them yet, so I'm excited to watch them with you. Now, I've never astral traveled, as I said, but my eldest son has. But he didn't know what it was at the time, and then he woke up and then told me, and then I told him, and then he said ever since then he's been trying to do it, and he just couldn't do it ever since. But anyways, let's get into these videos.
I leave my body every night and I want to talk about it. So, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a psychic medium. I'm an energy worker, energy reader, and I like to astral travel. And I astral travel just about every single night before bed. Some people call it spirit school, astral travel, lucid dreaming is another term. Anywho's, I leave my body every night. So what does that mean? That means well, at least for me personally, there's many different ways to do it, but for me personally, I like to get into a headspace where it's almost like a meditation slash like conscious dream state. So how I start it is I shut my eyes and I take deep breaths. And as I'm taking deep breaths, I'm really relaxing, but I'm making sure that I'm concentrating on my third eye. I'm concentrating on my consciousness and at the same time resting my body. So as I'm doing that, I'm breathing in and out, and I can feel my body resting heavier and heavier and heavier. And then as I just continue to focus on that, energy back and forth, I will start to sometimes, more likely than not, it almost starts looking like outer space. And I start to see a little bit of colors and almost like, when you are watching Star Wars and it's like that tunnel of the stars type of thing. Well, not as dramatic, but something kind of along those lines starts happening. And then I start hearing, and then I can start feeling energies, and that's really when the fun happens. It's up to you. It's really up to what you are able to bring to you and perceive and understand. This has taken me many years to get down, but it is something that is a part of my nightly routine, and I do look forward to it. So if you're somebody who also has experiences like this, I would love to hear from you. I leave my body.
I was home from college. I was staying at my parents' house in the guest bedroom. You can't really describe it with words in this reality. I mean, it's so different and unique. At the time it happened, I was terrified. I was freaking out when I witnessed what was happening. And I had a slight understanding of sleep paralysis. It wasn't sleep paralysis. I'm quite aware of what that is. That's a much more terrifying experience. I was visually aware, coherent. I had a complete, clear understanding of what was going on. Seeing myself sleep there in the bed, and it happened so quickly. It was as if I was expanding a visual understanding of me, but from a different perspective. I started to just pull. It was pulling away. I was pulling away. I could see my bedroom. I could see everything clear as day. And, that's when I first realized, I'm looking around before I actually saw myself. Because I'm looking and thinking like, oh, wow, this looks so, whether it's a dream, I didn't know it was a dream or anything. I was like, oh, okay, this is just kind of, and I saw myself. I'm like, holy crap, that's me sleeping. And then I really looked, I was like, oh my God, there's something in there with me. And it's, getting the chills, but I noticed this being. It wasn't human. I can't describe this thing. It at the time it was terrifying. I'm staring at myself, and I'm staring at this entity that doesn't appear to know that I'm watching it from this astral body up at the roof. I mean, I don't remember seeing my arms. I don't remember seeing my body. I just remember seeing my physical body laying in the bed on its side, and this entity's laying parallel with me. This thing's creepy, yo. It was creepy, but all I remember is it had its whatever the hand or whatever the hell it was over its mouth. I could still kind of see this mouth moving. Like it's talking to me, and it's talking to my physical body. So I'm seeing myself sleep. I'm seeing this, and me watching. My physical body has no idea. It's just laying there, sleeping, dozed off, having a great rest. And I'm watching from this different perspective or astral perspective as it's whispering into my ear. But the crazy thing is from my astral body, I mean, I'm as clear as day. Like, I'm aware of what's happening. I'm like, yo, there's something in the bed with that physical, that me. Apparently it's me. As it's talking, it's like mumbling. It's kind of jokingly mumbling. It's like it doesn't want me to hear the message, but it's just kind of teasing in a sense. So it's like, you know, it's going like, but I could feel the vibration of its voice in my astral body, but it's happening to my physical body. So this thing starts like, and I'm like, what? Like, and I'm like getting lower to trying to get more of a clear understanding of what it's saying, but it was like it wanted this to tease me, because that's when, you know, it's going like this, and I kid you not, I see this today. I mean, this is what really freaked me out was, you know, it's whispering, and then it was like it knew I was up there, and it just goes, and it smiles and it looks up at me, and and that's when it gives me this smirk, and then it goes, and it blows onto my physical body, and then I felt it from my astral body, and I was like, woke up, and I was like, oh, I'm freaking out, looking all around, like, what the hell, where, like, and then it completely, everything was gone, and it wasn't even like waking up from, it was just, I moved into my physical body. I didn't lose any time, and it was boom. You know, it kind of, you know, gave me this urge to find out more. And then next thing you know, I went on this whole spiritual awakening, and, you know, learning about literally this event needed to happen in order to gain this interest and understanding frequency and energy and this whole collective consciousness. And this was one of a few events that happened in my life. And I'm going to share another one that was much more terrifying when I was younger. But this was 100% astral projecting. I've spent a lot of time on this subject. If anyone has had a similar experience, I'm very curious to hear about it. I was...
No, I never had an experience like that, ever. That sounds like the being was like, you know, those lower vibrational entities, like maybe the demons that people call. That sounds like it was whispering, like trying to implant thoughts in his head. You know, I don't know, that's just a creepy experience. But I remember one time when I was trying to astral project, this is when I was like obsessed with it, and I was like, I really wanted to do it, and I was sitting up in the bed and I was trying, but I don't know, I think I must have dozed off. Anyways, I was like outside of the back of this place, and I seen this black, it wasn't, I don't know what it was, it was like, I don't know, it was like this black figure with red beady eyes, and it looked at me, and I just remember like it felt like I came into my body and woke the hell up. Like, it was so strange. And then I tried to like because when it looked at me, I don't know, it's like I kind of got scared and came into my body or something, I don't know. But then I was trying to go back, but it's just like I just couldn't, but like, because I wanted to be like, what are you? Like, why are you black? Why is your eyes beady and red? Like, why do you look like that? Like, I wanted to go back, but couldn't. Didn't work out that way.
There are some places you cannot go to in the astral plane. First one is Area 51. All projectors that have tried to go to Area...
Let me tell you something. I want to go to Area 51 and see what the hell they got going on over there. When they were trying to have that Super Saiyan run or whatever they're trying to do to go to Area 51, I was like, count me in. Because what the heck?
51, which we would all try, right? All of them have reported there being some sort of astral bubble which doesn't allow them to go in it. Obviously, this is some form of higher technology which is multi-dimensional. And we know this is a high likely chance to be true, one, because all astral projectors report this, and two, the CIA has already declassified documents saying that astral projection is real, so... Number 2, you can't go to the moon. Extraterrestrials from across the galaxy use the moon as some sort of base in order to conduct their activities on. A lot of them just either observe, or they study, or they mine. It's reported that they actually hollowed it out. Apparently they weren't happy when NASA tried to land there, and when astral projectors go there, they're thrown off with some sort of arm. It's clear they don't want people snooping their bases, and they possibly could have some sort of agreement with the government because they've taken so much precautions to make sure people don't snoop in this thing. The third one is Neptune. For some reason, we're told not to go there, which is actually kind of stupid because now people are going to want to go there more. When you think about it, our whole solar system is actually really strange because we're told not to go to certain planets, and certain planets people go to and they see certain things. Like, it's actually really creepy. If you're an astral projector, my DMs are gladly open, and get ready for part 2. There are some places you cannot go to.
Someone said they astral projected to the moon and they heard beings inside. It's hollow. All I heard was she can hear us. Actually, I heard that there is beings on the moon. They're called moonlings. That's why I named my cat Moonling. Yeah. But I heard that they're like not as intelligent as humans. So they're like, I can't remember what density, but yeah, they're not as intelligent as we are. So it would really, if we were to go there, they would immediately like react and try to fight.
I reality shifted with my sister and went to this realm called the in-between. This is what happened. So I've been reality shifting for about a year now, but my guides wanted to teach me how it truly works, and they wanted to show me more just about the universe. So they told me to pick a person to come with me in case of drifting. I didn't know what that was, so I was just like, okay, my sister. So we're in the astral plane, and they take me to a playground. They take me and my sister to the slide, and they say you could use this as a portal to the in-between. So of course they hold me and my sister's hand and they take us to show us. Then we started flying through space, but it wasn't space because it literally felt like infinity, and it felt like we were traveling through space-time, literally. And then my guides told me we're in the in-between. Right away, you could see all these bubbles everywhere, and right away I knew they were universes, and my guides were like, yep, these are universes, and you get to choose which one you go to. I cannot express what it felt like flying through this realm and looking at all these different universes. So then, after a bunch of traveling, they were like, okay, it's your turn to do it. And I was like, what? They told me try making a portal and jump through, and you and your sister get to go anywhere you want in the multiverse. So what I did was I created a portal out of my dad's toolbox, and then me and my sister held hands and we jumped through. So me and her are in the in-between, and we're trying to decide what universe we want to go to. And then as we're passing by one, she got sucked into it and her hand slipped out of mine. She got pulled in, and I could not bear the thought of her being lost in another universe. Right away, my brother instincts kicked in and I jumped in. One thing you notice is that the energy in all these universes is different. Things are the same but different, and people may be acting weird in your perception, but in their perception, you're acting weird. So I started talking to some people, and right away people started realizing it was from a different universe, and it started spreading around. So soon everybody knew that there was someone from another universe here. I was frantically searching for my sister in my neighborhood in a universe I knew nothing about. There is history of people coming from other universes and bringing darkness and destruction. So hearing about me and my sister there made people want to hunt us down. When I got to the house, my sister was sitting on the bed thinking this was reality, and her reality at that. This is when I realized what drifting was, and I ran to find her parallel self in the house. Long story short, she convinced my sister she's not in the proper reality, and I started asking her parallel self questions about this universe, but she wasn't allowed to tell me some stuff. After she told us that we had to leave, so I made a portal out of the window, and then we left for the in-between. When we woke up, I asked my sister if she remembered any of it, and she didn't. Full videos on YouTube.
That's kind of like in my dream world. Like in my dream world, it's like here, but it's not, you know? Like, it's kind of hard to explain. But like when I go to sleep, it's like my life continues there. Like I don't know if that's how everyone dreams, but yeah, like when I go to dream, like whatever I was doing when I woke up, I'm gonna be, continuing that. Like it always, that's just how it is. And it's like it's kind of the same, but it's just not the same, you know? And then it's like it's funny because it's like the neighborhoods, like I know my way around the neighborhoods there and stuff like that, but like I've never seen those places here on earth in my life. Like I even tried to like meditate, like to ask Chat GPT because I was like, is it normal? Because I want to know if everyone has the same experiences that I'm having, you know. But they're saying that maybe some stuff that I see, it goes into my mind. But I'm gonna meditate on it for real. I just haven't had the time to like do some really deep journeying. Like I find so much good information when I journey, but I haven't had the time to journey because it's like, you know, I'm always like mommy duty, so I don't really get that much time. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of my dreams because it's like whenever I go to sleep, it's like my dreams it's like I'm living this life, you know? I'm living this life. I'm living this life.
Aim of every lucid dreamer, no pun intended, to become an omni-lucid, which is being lucid in every dream, every single night. Every single dream you're in, you know you are dreaming and can do anything. And there's not a lot of omni-lucids because it really does require a shit ton of...
Now, I don't know if this is just me in my head, but I used to have a client that sat in this chair when I was working at the mental health facility, and I swear this guy looks identical to him, even sounds the same, which is crazy, but it wouldn't be him because he couldn't speak.
Effort generally and perseverance. So one of the main techniques, a lot of them are like constant reality checks. So, you know, when you're trying to lucid dream, you may do reality checks in the day, like counting your fingers, I don't know, 10 times throughout the day or something, or holding your nose and seeing if you can breathe. And then when you do that, that kind of habit will pass over to your dreams. You'll do it in a dream and then become lucid. So a lot of the omni-lucidity techniques, I say a lot, there's like 3 of them or some shit, there's hardly any. A lot of them are like a constant reality check. So instead of doing reality checks like 10 times throughout the day, you're doing a constant one, which is why it's really difficult, but that's also why it will make you omni-lucid if you can get it down. So obviously if you're doing a constant reality check, you're going to be aware 100% of the day, and that shit will carry over to your dreams and make you lucid. The first one is the gravity reality check. This is basically paying attention to your body's gravity like all day. Someone called Azul, he started doing the lucid gravity reality check, and he got to daily lucid dreams. I don't know if he ever said he got to omni-lucidity, but he got daily lucid dreams, which is pretty good. And he said he tried for months and months to pay attention to his gravity. So he was kind of just being really aware, trying to be aware all day of the gravity of his body, which is really difficult. And he said he only got a few lucid dreams from this, from fucking months of tryharding. But then he said after he kind of just started paying attention to his hands, like the gravity in your hands. So I guess maybe if I'm like moving my mouse around or you're doing that, you would be like paying extreme amounts of awareness to like the gravity your hand is feeling, because a lot of people, they said they figured out that gravity was different in dreams. So by obviously paying attention to gravity in real life, if it's abnormal in dreams, it would make you lucid. Theme of every...
So I think lucid dreaming is pretty easy. I've been lucid dreaming since I was a child. I remember it used to take me so long to go to bed. I could never force myself. I was never the kind of person that could just lay down and go to sleep, right? It took me like so long. So I used to tell myself that I'm gonna be proud of myself when I fall asleep. So I don't remember how old I was when I started. I think I was like in grade 1 or maybe kindergarten. And I told myself, I'm like, Lucretia, when you go to sleep, tell yourself. So I don't know how this is possible, but I used to turn around and look at myself, which is kind of strange because now that I think about it, like, why was I looking at myself in my dream? But I would turn around and be like, Lucretia, you're sleeping. Good. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. And I was always able to control my dreams, especially like, okay, so after I had my awakening last year, I wasn't able to lucid dream as much anymore for some strange reason. It's like I'm too aware, I don't know. But my whole entire life, I've been lucid dreaming every dream. What I've noticed is, like, let's say if I'm having a dream that's scary to me or like I'm panicking, I immediately start lucid dreaming, and I know that I can control that dream, and I change the dream immediately. But I don't like doing that because then the dream feels fake and weird. Like, I don't know how to explain. It just gets weird and odd. So it's like not the first thing I'd want to do, you know? But yeah, what are your thoughts on astral travel? Have you ever astral projected, astral travel? Like, what do you think about it? You know, you have any experiences with astral travel or lucid dreaming? I would love to hear those experiences, guys. Anyways, thanks so much for being my friend. Bye.